Canada and China have been in the news for the past while, embroiled in a dispute over the arrest of Ming Wanzhou, Huawei's chief financial officer and daughter of the company's founder.
Now, it's been strongly suggested that the recent detainment of 13 Canadians were a tit-for-tat reprisal by China. Now, recently, Lorna Dueck met with Christian humanitarian aid workers Kevin and Julia Garratt and spoke to them about their living in China for more than 30 years and being falsely arrested and imprisoned in 2014.
Here's an excerpt from Julia Garratt of how we can pray for the current situation of Canadians being detained in China.
One thing we have learned is how to pray for people in prison. And definitely we share that at every opportunity and say, okay, don't just pray, get them out. Pray, let them do everything that God puts on their heart to do while they're in there and bring hope. Give an answer to everyone for the hope that is in them. Pray that they can sleep, pray that they can eat. So it's all the small prayers that now we understand how important they are, that we can now call on people to continue to do. And I think that's our responsibility as people who are free to really offer those prayers on a regular basis for the people who aren't free. And yeah, we're heartbroken, not just for the Christians in prison, but for these people in the tit for tat and for the Michaels, and we pray for them, and we encourage people also to engage in prayer and quiet action on their behalf too.
And watch for the full interview in the near future on Context Behind the Headlines with Lorna Dueck. And the Garratts have a new book out, Maggie. It's called Two Tears on the Window. And they were arrested. They were interrogated every day for 6 months. And then Kevin spent another 19 months in prison. They were finally released. And one of the first places they did an interview was here on 100 Huntley Street. We also have a connection, too, with the Voice of the Martyrs. So we appreciate the Garratts. An amazing story. And they do have a very interesting insight of what's currently happening in China.
And you know, as Julia talked about the power of prayer, they are answers of prayer. So many Canadians and all over the world were praying for the Garratts, so we continue to pray for those who are in prison in China.